What's going on, y'all? Another random topic video. Today I want to talk about siblings. For those of y'all that have them, you know what it's like. You know how annoying it could be. I mean, you know how fun it could be sometimes. For those of y'all without them, some of you think that you missing out on something. I don't think you are. I definitely would rather be an only child. No offense to my siblings, but I mean, just there's too much that you got to deal with, and you only know if you actually experienced it. Me personally, in my experience, I was the youngest. At the same time, I'm the only boy. A few different things came with that. Being the youngest. I mean, the one good thing is you kind of have less responsibility, but at the same time, you have less money in allowance. My mom only gave us allowance probably for like a couple months throughout our whole life. You know what I'm saying? But anytime she gave us money, my sister always got more. And that would just irk the shit out of me. Partially because by the time I was in by the time I was in like fifth grade, my sister's 2 years older than me. One of my sisters. By the time we was in fifth grade, we was in the same grade. I'm like, she stayed back a couple times. So I'm like, yo, we're in the same grade. We're forced to hang in the same social groups because we go to the same schools, and I feel like I deserve the same amount. That shit just used to irk me. But my mom's African from Liberia, so in African culture, the older you are, the more respect you're given. The younger you are, the less respect you get. That's just what it was. So whatever we was given, I got less. And again, that used to irk the shit out of me. I got another older sister who's about 6 years older, but she grew up in New York. So I don't really remember much about growing up with her from back in the days. Honestly, I like her better than my sister who I grew up with. And it's probably because we didn't spend that much time together. I think that's just human nature. The more time we spend around each other, the more we notice their idiosyncrasies, the more they just have more time to annoy us. They're just closer. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. Also, I was the only boy, like I said. But being the only boy, I think my mom was tougher with me than she was with my sister. I definitely got the majority of the whoopings. Can't say I didn't deserve them, but my sister was like she listened to everything my mom said. Well, not everything. She pretended like she did. And, just being a female, my mom's not going to be as hard on her as she is with me. I definitely got punished a lot more than my sister. I mean? There was even times where I remember one Christmas, I didn't even get a gift. But she sat there and forced me to sit there and watch my sister open presents. On her birthday, she used to force us to kiss each other. To this day, I have not on the mouth or nothing, no weird shit like that, but on the cheek. I didn't even want to do that because I'm like, well, for what? Like, how you gonna force me to kiss somebody? And honestly, I feel like most of the trouble that I was in or that I used to get into was usually in comparison to my sister. Because like I said, when my mom was around, she was like a perfect little angel. As soon as my mom left, that's when she was up to her devious shit. And she would be up to shit. Me, it didn't matter who was going on. I was devious regardless who was around. I grew up, again, I say this a whole bunch of times. Y'all hear me? I grew up in the fucking hood, man. I'm proud of that shit, yo. I don't care. It just shows how far I came and the kind of mentality I had to escape from and mature from. But like I said, I grew up in the hood, so in the hood, you act the same all the time. If you the type of person that acts one way with this person, acts this way with this person, people not rocking with that. That's always how I was. I feel like if she wasn't around, if I was just the only child, I probably wouldn't have gotten into as much trouble as I did. Because it was all, again, my mom, she has one child that's doing one thing and another child that's doing the opposite. So if you got one child that's not getting to as much trouble and doing things, now you're kind of looking at it with a more, almost like a eagle-wide view. If it was just an only child, there's nobody that's being good to compare to your badness. So your parents are a lot more likely to stick up for you and get you out of different situations. I know a lot of only childs. I mean, second and foremost, that's another mouth to feed. You know what I'm saying? That's less gifts on Christmas. That's less food around the house. I mean, my sister used to eat my food and shit. I mean, that might be a little petty, but it's all good. All I know is all the things that I probably didn't get when I was younger, had she not been around, if I was the only child, I would have gotten it. That's all I know. Now, I'm not saying my sister shouldn't have ever existed. I'm just saying maybe they should have been like cousins or something, Yeah. But let me say one positive thing. My sister, my middle sister, she does have 2 kids. I do love my nieces. Outside of that, I mean, they a little annoying as well. They used to trash the house. They're gone now, thank God. But I kind of miss them around. So that's the one thing about having siblings, is that they're gonna have kids, and then you have young nieces and nephews to bond with. Let me just end it on a positive note, because I'm gonna start going off on a whole bunch of different shit. So you know what? This is just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.